One with my blade.
How brilliant!
A touch of frost.
Paradigm shift! Fearless! Merciless! Merciless! May I
Swift and merciful.
into the void! Sword! Fearless!
One with my blade.
Keep going! Fearless!
Force my blade.
Another star goes out! Merciless! Fearless! May I Fearless! Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
All things come to an end. Even time.
Ad Astra Abbot. you for completing today's commission. Ad Astra Abyssos.
Huh?
Dear Miss Yehoda, if you manage to return the object of your next commission intact, then I assure you your reward will be paid in full.
It wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know a bunch of...
Might I also ask that you don't spread so much misinformation?
I wasn't spreading misinformation.
The master bandit who has stolen from every town and village in...
That was just me trying to sound cool. No one told me the client was from the Fontaine Guards. She wouldn't stop questioning me the whole way. That woman takes herself too seriously.
The fixer who protects all of Nausea Town.
I was talking about Boss Neff.
Regardless, Miss Yehoda, if you wish to...
I know. Be careful what you do and say.
Perhaps you could take a few pointers from our experience.
The Traveler. I guess. But you're gonna need to wait for me to take this reward back to... She ain't gonna be happy that it's not the full amount.
Merciless.
Huh? Isn't it Skirk? Are Paimon's eyes deceiving her? What's Skirk doing here exactly? And Dory's here too.
Well, my. Such an exquisite radiant exoskeleton. Please take a seat and rest a while. If you have anything you'd like to eat or drink, I'd be more than happy to.
Let's not waste time. Just tell me how much you're offering.
Of course. Just a moment. Remarkable. Not so much as a scratch. Even the very best.
Skirk! Dory!
I came to look around Nogcry, and thought I'd take the opportunity to make a little more.
What's this? My most valued customer is already acquainted with.
Is Paimon hearing things? Or did you just say most valued?
Naturally, my most valued customers are equally valued. So you please rest here a moment while I.
You've gotten stronger. It seems you haven't neglected your training since we last met. I see. Nogcry is home to many worthy opponents. Should you overcome this trial?
So, when we last saw you, you said fate would decide how we'd meet again.
Was it quick? It's felt like a very long time to me. My life will experience little change until a true turning point arrives. But as for you, you are at a pivotal point in your journey.
Excuse me, dear customer. After careful consideration, I'm prepared to offer you 6 million mora for these. I assure you that this is the fairest possible price.
I'll take half of that in cash. I won't be staying long, so there's no point. As for the other half, give it to these two in the form of food or supplies. You should have plenty.
Of course. I can see my most valued customer. Here's your mora. Please, do stop by again.
I'll be going then. Until next time.
Huh? Won't you stay for a chat? Oh,
That's just how she is, sweeping in and out like a sudden gust of wind.
Hey, that reminds Paimon. You haven't forgotten her somehow? Even though you've done lots of business together before?
Huh? What do you mean? The all-knowing Lord Sangama Bay? Fine, if you must know, she's not really my customer, but rather a guest of Miss Alice, my supply. Miss Alice introduced her to me, and now she drops by from time to time to do business. She's the perfect customer. She always brings quality goods and...
Whoa! That's one suspicious look.
Ridiculous! A strong, mysterious customer like that who brings me valuable items? I practically worship the ground she walks on. Dory's Divine Bazaar is a fair and reputable business. Now, 3 million mora. What can I find that's worth 3?
Merciless. Merciless.
Oh, it's Durin!
Traveler in Paimon? Ugh.
Oh, no, you didn't scare us. Just gave us a little surprise. Looks
I don't know. It just feels like it's gotten harder to control.
it's all good. We've had worse.
Ah, no, don't worry about that. It's been very stable ever since I got this body. What you saw just now is something that only started happening recently. Maybe I'm still acclimating or something. I'm sure it'll clear up over time. Anyway, what brings you here? Did you need something?
The day that the writer and the watcher crossed paths was the day that the
Miss Alice?
Oh, you too? I guess I really do need to work on my impression. Well, never mind that. It's been too long, Mini Durin. And please, that I have brought you and the Traveler together here for a very important
My mom?
Indeed, fairy tale author extraordinaire, Anya Marie Andersdottir. See, I knew this would be right up your... Now then, if you'll open the book, I will begin the...
whoa! What?
The two are indeed similar. Both worlds were built using the same magic.
Aha! So it...
Hello?
Oh, no need to be shy. Just think of me as one of your...
You keep talking about stories and magic.
Certainly not. Simulanka was a peerless masterpiece. Without the original author, it would be impossible. But you are right about one thing. Just like last time, I want to show you a work of magic that has to do with storytelling.
What's this?
This is your mother.
My mother's dying wish.
Let me answer that with a question. What do you suppose would be a writer's greatest... Have you ever read a book called The Little Witch and the Undying Fire? Oh, that's because it was the work of more than one person. It began as a little game at our tea parties. Each of us took turns writing. I wrote the first volume, then the other mages took their turns. Em was tasked with writing the final. But by the time everyone had finished writing their parts, Em had passed away. Oh, it was a... And that is the answer to my question. A writer's greatest regret is to leave a story unfit. But all is not lost. I couldn't stand the doom and gloom of it all, so I went ahead and wrote an ending myself on her behalf.
Then what's this?
This is the answer your mother gave to the same question. In her eyes, she made me promise that I would bring it to you because she believed the only
So, my mother's greatest regret,
You could say that.
and I guess resolving the
That's one way to put it.
Oh, is a straight answer too much?
Her answer was quite the opposite of what I'd expected. But oh, I'd love to tell you what she said. I really would. But that would spoil the plot, and we can't have that. Spoilers ruin everything.
Oh,
Just think of this task as giving a story a much-needed ending. All
I understand. But I only just started learning human script, and I don't have any
Relax. Why else do you think your dear aunt went and found you such one with their experience? You'll have so many story ideas you won't know what to do with them. So don't be shy to ask lots.
Yeah. If it's to help Durin fulfill his mother's dying wish, then we're in.
Aunt Alice, could I ask, what kind of story was my mother?
I had a feeling this might come up, but that answer isn't mine to give.
Don't worry. We'll help you come up with loads of ideas. Yeah. Let's find a nice spot where we can settle in and read.
Ooh, the actual process might not be quite the walk in the park.
Why's that?
Because when Em created this book, she borrowed my magic. In other words, it's not a book you can just pick up and read. It's a magical book. Its chapters are scattered through memories of the...
So, where are we supposed to find these?
Em left a trail of clues for each unfinished chapter. Follow the hints, and you'll find them. Oh, and when it comes to adding to the story yourselves, you'll need to use this.
And this is...
This, my dear little Paimon, is the ink Em left behind. It's extremely precious, so be sure to use it sparingly.
So, we need to search for the memories and...
Oh, it just had to be a one...
Perhaps it's just another form of storytelling. Just think of it as a little challenge or...
I don't care about that.
Yep. With the two of us by your side, you'll be just fine.
Okie dokie. That should be pretty much all you need to know. Oh, and once the story's complete, do let me have a little look-see, okay?
Yeah. Most of the time.
Don't worry, I'll know when you're finished. Just wait for me to reach out. All right, off you go. I can't wait to hear how...
Oh, here we are. Right. Alice mentioned we should be on the lookout. Huh?
A corner of repose for countless tales, watched over by the honor of knights. There, a witch once spent a sleepless night. Find the place I speak of.
Was that a riddle? Where do you think this must... Hey, you... might actually be onto something.
I had a feeling that's where we would be headed. After all, it's where my mother was...
Yeah, that makes...
Still, I feel bad about dragging the two of you...
Don't worry about it. Back in the Mondstadt Library, huh? Talk about a trip down memory lane.
So, we're supposed to find the seeds of the story, right?
Well, we're in a library, so it's gotta be books, right? But seriously, there's so many here.
Making a racket in a library? You...
Lisa! Oh,
Now, who do we have here? Ah, my golden-haired cutie. And my little horn cutie, too.
Sorry, Miss Lisa. I know you taught me to be quiet in the library, but Paimon was just...
Well,
It has been far too long since we saw each other, so I suppose I can let it slide just this once, back when he first arrived here. Poor Jean wasn't sure what to do with him, so I figured if I can handle a boy raised by wolves, then teaching one who's part dragon should be a walk in the park.
Nice! Sounds like Durin was welcomed with.
Why, of course. Now, let's save the reminiscing for another time.
It's kind of hard to explain.
Oh? Ah, I see. These so-called seeds of the story must be the books that inspired its That's just how it is with stories. They grow out of the tales that came before them. And that mage, I can almost picture her here, hundreds of years ago.
But we don't know anything about this story. How are we supposed to figure out?
As it happens, just before I found you here, I was looking into something rather peculiar, stranger still. Just as he went to reach out for them, the books vanished into thin air. That particular knight knows this library inside and out. Something tells me these might just be the magical books you're after. According to the report, there are 3 of these books in total.
Oh, wait! Did Klee write this one? We better show it to Lisa.
Well, did you manage? Seems...
An experiment log? Looks like there's something let's hang on to this one for now. Could be one of the... It's one of M's that... Second strongest spell in existence. Do not show Klee. Wait, there's actually a book like that right here in the Mondstadt library? Huh. There's kinda looks like a poetry collection. But let's see what Lisa makes of it.
Well, did you manage? This book definitely...
Yeah, we can tell just from reading the title.
Albedo was the one who brought it in. He suggested I place it on the restricted list and keep it sealed.
Why?
He said it's full of forbidden alchemical formulas, some of which could even result in the Apparently, the danger it posed was so great, he didn't even feel like it was safe to carry around.
Really?
Still, if that mage read this book too, it must have been written. Well, did you... Truly extraordinary, and certainly not the kind of thing that should be just lying around. In fact, Miss Alice gave strict instructions about it.
So, it's some kind of book of spells? Paimon's guessing magic this powerful should be kept a secret.
It's true. This book does contain one of Miss Alice's spells. But honestly, virtually no one could actually pull it off. The only reason it's even meant to be in the restricted section is because we can't let Klee get her hands on it. After Klee was born, Miss Alice advised us to seal it away. She even added that little subtitle herself.
So, it's to keep it away from Klee, huh? Does that mean she could use it to cause even more...
No, that's not it. As Miss Alice herself put it, letting Klee... Well, did you mean... Yes, this is a restricted book, all right. It certainly isn't supposed to be here.
Huh. But it looks like a regular poetry collection.
The issue lies with one of the poems inside. You've heard of the great battle that took place on 500 years ago, during the Cataclysm in Conria. An evil dragon descended upon Mondstadt. A fierce battle with Dvalin ensued, but in the end, the evil dragon fell, and...
We're talking about Durin.
Well, the poem in question turns the whole battle into a dance, with the evil dragon recast as an innocent child who came, but given all the suffering experienced at the claws of that dragon, bards are often accused of inventing history or distorting the truth in their ballads. And since the knights back then were unable to track down the author, they decided to ban the entire collection.
So the version in the poem...
I'm afraid that question is something only the dragon himself could answer. Well, would you look at that? Seems like these are the little troublemakers you're after. And all three just so...
Forbidden texts? You know, the first time you mentioned that the library had a restricted section, I thought you were just trying to scare us.
Not really something you should be poking your little nose into, is it, cutie? Seeing as it was Miss Alice who asked you to look for these books, I won't question the matter.
Don't worry, Miss Lisa.
Well then, that's all from me. After all that...
Alright, we've gathered all the references.
Wait, look!
Long, long ago, an evil dragon descended upon the human world, bringing terrible calamity in its wake. Bravely did the people resist, until at last, the dragon lay slain. Later, a witch with a love for stories came upon the tale of the evil dragon, and for reasons she could not explain, felt a pang of sorrow on its behalf. For she knew, despite its body being born of wicked alchemy, all along, the dragon's soul was that of an innocent child. Right up to the moment of its death, it had no choice in becoming a vessel of calamity, nor could it fathom the cruel fate that lay before it. Though the witch had a love of stories, she was not pleased with how this one ended. No, that won't do, she thought. I'll write you a better ending instead. And so she set off to do just that, borrowing a little magic from her friend. With it, she wove a dragon's egg, resolving to rear a dragon child of her own. Yet long in thought she lingered, wondering what kind of world her little dragon ought to behold upon waking. At last, she made her mind up, adorning the cradle with a trace of palatial splendor. Then, she quietly waited for the egg to hatch.
Whoa! We're actually in...
This must be Aunt Alice's magic.
Yeah.
A story about me?
Why don't we just see where the story takes us?
Okay.
And now a golden-haired traveler, a silvery sprite, and a dragon-born youth step onto the stage.
Whoa! That came out of nowhere! Was that the same voice we heard just now? Yeah. But...
I've missed this. It's just like the stories my mother...
You mean... M?
Yeah. She loved it. Sorry, we should focus on what we're here to do.
The dragon youth wondered aloud. Yet all he could do, of course, there's something to be said for helping it along.
Oh! Is that a hint?
Yeah, I agree.
This must be the dragon egg, right? So we've got a dragon egg about to hatch, a witch who loves stories, and that evil dragon we heard about at the beginning.
This is my story, isn't it?
Okay, so how are we supposed to help the story along?
Apparently, it hadn't dawned on the group to look for a way to help the.
Oh, right! We're at the point in the story where we're waiting for the baby dragon to hatch. So that has to happen.
With the flames at his command, perhaps the dragon youth might be able to provide.
What? You want us to...
The silvery sprite's surprise betrayed her lack of reading. For in countless tales, it is told that only by fire's embrace will a dragon.
Huh, you... kinda...
Okay. Thunder! The abyss is burning shadow!
Clearly, both the golden-haired traveler and the dragon youth were eagerly awaiting the little dragon's birth, though perhaps their longing burned a little too brightly. Still, such fiery anticipation might itself become a blessing. At last, under the witch's expectant gaze, the little dragon broke. No living being has ever decided the moment of its birth. I brought you into being because I willed it so. Just like the witch who created. But I promise you this. Your birth was wanted.
You've never told me those things before, but for some... Thank you for...
The waiting witch did not feel lonely, for she had 3 visitors by her side. Together, they beheld the hatchling's first breath of life. Holding her dragon child close, the witch promised him a life unlike that of the evil dragon. And so, nestled in his mother's warm embrace, did the little dragon's story begin.
Wait, isn't this Mondstadt? Looks like there's more written on the page now and less ink left than before. Yeah, but why does Durin broke free from the curse, came into this world with an true... Everything's always so mysterious.
Huh.
Is this thing on? All right, that should do.
Hey, that's out!
Hello there, children. If you're hearing this, you've stumbled upon the little recording I left for you. I thought you could use a few hints. By now, I'm guessing you've already begun to leave your mark on the story. You should know, however, that the book needs time to absorb the ink, so the next chapter's clues will...
Wait, so even...
The good news is, you can return to any chapter you've already completed and continue to explore the Have fun, dear.
Oh, man!
Maybe it's for the best. Sooner or later, so it might be good to take...
A break. Yeah! Paimon has a sudden
So let's meet up here later. Aunt Alice said we can return to the store if you feel like checking it out again.
Merciless. Merciless. Merciless.
Ancient alchemy.
Jenny's adventure team, assemble!